The first critical component of the special education evaluation process for John was the fact that the assessment was so comprehensive in nature. It didn't just take one test to give one snapshot of John and then determine special education placement or not. Instead, it was really more of an in-depth look into his social emotional, his family background, what's going on at home, as well as academic performance, reading, writing, math, and also general intelligence, which kind of gives you an indication of what the student might be capable of. And it also does that in assessment forms that are both nonverbal and verbal that can measure thinking skills, spatial awareness, visual focus, things like that. The second component that was pretty critical was that the evaluator was obviously trained and experienced in compiling all of the data that came from the evaluation, which there was a lot of, and they were able to put that into a format that was logically understandable by the rest of the team. You can have all the information in the world about a student, but if the team doesn't understand it, they're not going to be able to use it. The evaluation process is so critical because it allows the team to collect and process a ton of data and quickly makes it much more applicable to the task of developing an IEP or a program for that student. It looks at more than just day-to-day functioning. How is the kid doing today? He had a rough day today, but it gives a more objective look into the student's general intelligence and, in theory, what they're capable of, as well as highlighting some general and maybe even specific learning problems or challenges that would aid in providing recommendations for a program for that student. One of the concerns that I had about Jacob's evaluation process in particular was the student interview. And while I can appreciate that it's really good and important to get student input, one of the things that I think was overlooked was the age and the cognitive level of the student. And the questions that were posed to him were very open-ended and abstract, such as, I learn best when I have a hard time when my teachers are helpful when, and it was really, he did a good job of answering them as far as what he knew, but it didn't really give any specific or valuable information as much as it could have if it had been shaped into more a concrete version of the same questions. Thank you.